And we're back in the city circuit on NBA Street for the PS2, and we're still obviously in the Midwest division. And this matchup is the Mavericks versus my squad of MJ, T-Mac, and newly acquired Stevie Francis. We're going up against the Mavericks, and I assumed that was going to be their lineup of Dirk, Michael Finley, and Steve Nash. That's why I went with my lineup. I just wanted to match up positionally. Francis on Nash, T-Mac on Dirk, and MJ on Michael Finley. Now I could have gone with Vince Carter, but I decided to go with Jordan because one, he's amazing, and two, there's the Chicago connection. Michael Finley was in high school when Jordan was dominating with the Bulls. And those guys played in some good pickup games, so I wanted to sort of relive that if I could. The Mavericks really weren't that good in this game. Very surprising. I thought they would have been one of the better teams, because obviously you run the three, and there's a good balance. You know, as I said, there's a point guard in Nash, swingman, athletic swingman in Finley, and Dirk is not a dominant big man at this stage, but he's a jump shooting big man, so he can spread the floor and open things up, and he can go inside if he wants to. So really surprising they simply weren't that good. Or there's a slip and slide from Dirk, which was unexpected, but then a brick from Michael Finley. Stevie Francis is everything that I expected. Very, very good, to say the least. His ability to get to the foul line and just finish from wherever, 15 feet from the basket is there's a big difference between him and Baron Davis, and that surprised me a little bit. I figured at that stage in their careers, if anything, Baron was probably better than him. But it's kind of surprising that the difference is that significant. That being said, no complaints. I enjoy playing with him. Very exciting player, and he's probably going to be my most used point guard for quite some time until I don't know, I pick up John Stockton. Just kidding. But there's the Mavericks just couldn't get a shot off. They just look at 6'3", breaking shots left, right, and center. You know, look at that, 3 opportunities, and they end up getting swatted within 2 seconds or 3 seconds. I'm down the other end scoring. This was the biggest blowout that I've ever had. Spoiler alert, right? No, but this is the biggest blowout that I've had in NBA Street so far, and I don't want to put it down to using Jordan, but I kind of expected Dallas to be better, quite honestly. Because I don't want to buy into the whole thing either that, well, Dallas really wasn't that good at that stage ever, because, yeah, they were ascending. And I agree with Michael Finley being the highest rated player on the court for them, on their team. But look, T-Mac was given a very generous rating too, and that's when he was really ascending in that year as well. They hadn't made the playoffs yet, the playoffs hadn't arrived yet. T-Mac was doing great, but so was Dirk, so was Nash. So really, I'm not sure if the matchups just killed them, or if it was or whatever, I don't know. But regardless, I really don't care. they received a good old-fashioned ass kicking, not kissing. It's been a long day. Boy, getting Dirk nearly blocked that. The score is 12-2. My goodness, I remembered it being an ass kicking, not an ass kissing, an ass kicking. I didn't think it was that big of one. Was that Nash hitting a 3? I think it was. It could have been Dirk though. Regardless of this, I did anything I wanted to on the court out there. There wasn't one guy that could defend any of my guys, and they started raining 3s, but it was far too little, far too late. I mean, when you're down 12-2 in this game, I don't care who you're running with, it's going to be difficult to come back. And they couldn't even get the ball up the court. A mini press and a facial dunk on the other end. That's one thing I would have liked to have seen. In terms of the trick points, there should have been a reward for a facial dunk. You get the score for Dunkalicious or whatever the specific dunk is. But if you throw one down on top of someone's head, they should have given an added bonus in my opinion, especially if it's like a little guy or a big guy, like a Stevie Francis going up over the top of Chris Webber or something like that. That to me would have made a little bit more sense, but you don't get it, and I think it's a little bit late for me to send a wish list in. Regardless, this is one hell of a game. 18-6, and I'm not talking about this individual one, but NBA Street is fantastic, and it's unfortunate that they've canned the Street Series, because I would love to see them bring that back with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, LeBron James, obviously Steph Curry, Chris Paul. All those guys would be a hell of a lot of fun to be running around. And this, speaking of a hell of a lot of fun, it's 20-7. If you look at the trick score, I'm only at 172k, so I haven't been whoring it out. This was just a good old-fashioned beatdown, and it had to culminate with Buster Grimm, and that's what happens when Jordan goes up over the top of Dirk Nowitzki. So that's it for this game. I didn't pick up anyone from the Mavericks, and I move on to the next game. I think it was against the Spurs, so I'll see you for that one.
You held nothing back in that game, baby. Big up to the top dogs of the game.